What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As always, I'm your co-host Donovan Quick, and the Dolphins obviously missed the playoffs this year, but it's the first time they missed in a couple years. But in order to get back to the playoffs and actually win a playoff game, they need Tua to take the next step in his development as a quarterback in the NFL, and that is to be able to read defenses properly and adjust his plays at the line. And we don't really see that right now. Now, part of it is on him, part of it is on Mike McDaniel not getting the play calls in fast enough, but that really needs to change this season. And I've said it. I talked to my boy Jay. He's a coach in college currently, and QB play right now in the NFL is like, yeah, we have athletic quarterbacks that make great plays, but their IQ, they're not beating you with their IQ. They're not Drew Brees. They're not Tom Brady. They're not Peyton Manning. They're not going to sit there and pick apart a defense and be like, I know what you're going to do, and I'm going to do something better. They don't do that anymore in the league. And Tua's comp in the pros is a lefty Drew Brees. I've always said, if he's going to be elite, if he's going to be great, he needs to do things like Drew Brees, like Peyton Manning, like Tom Brady. He's not an athletic freak. He's not going to kill you with his athleticism. He's going to kill you with his accuracy, his timing, his anticipation. He's going to kill you with his brain. He's not going to kill you with his athleticism. And in order for the Dolphins to take that next step, in order for Tua to take that next step, there are several things that need to happen. And one of those things is for him to be able to get to the line, identify where the defense is, change something with the plays at the line. And he talked about it a little bit during the season last year, how with all the motions that they run and getting the play calls in so late, he only has so much time to identify where the defense is at and what the defense is going to do, and he can't adjust the play to the defense. So he has to adjust what he's doing to the play for the defense. So the receivers, everybody else is doing what they need to do, or what they were told to do. Meanwhile, Tua is like, okay, I know that's not going to be open. I know that's not going to be open. And that's why we saw so many screens to Achane, so many checkdowns to Achane last year. It's because of that. It's because he doesn't have the time at the line of scrimmage. So this is really going to be a big step for Mike McDaniel and for Tua. And I think our new hire, Bobby Slowick, could possibly help with that, getting the play calls in faster and being like, hey, Mike, like, we need a game plan. We don't need the indecision. We need decisiveness. Get the play call in, let Tua work, let Tua do his thing, and allowing him to do that, because not only now is he identifying what the defense is going to do, but now he can adjust his receivers, hot route them. If he needs to adjust his protection, he can adjust his protection. There's only, I think, 2 quarterbacks in the league right now that consistently adjust their protection at the line of scrimmage. That's Matthew Stafford and Patrick Mahomes. I think I see Joe Burrow do it occasionally, but his offensive line is so bad, it's almost like there's nothing you can do. And guess what? Those are 2 of the highest IQ quarterbacks in the league. I know Mahomes got absolutely whooped in the Super Bowl. I understand that. His offensive line was trash. I understand that. But there was only so much that he can do in that situation with how much pressure that they were getting. And if you look, the protection was right. They just got beat. It was what it was. And it wasn't just one person getting beat consistently. Everybody was getting beat. So personnel is also a huge issue, which obviously I already talked about Chris Greer needing to beef up the offensive line. But when you see games and you see certain things happen, like Josh Allen on that 4th and 5 to basically lose the game, like, yeah, he made a great play off his back foot, throwing into the hands of Dalton Kincaid. Dalton Kincaid dropped it, whatever. I look at that play and I'm like, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees even, they would have gone to the line of scrimmage, identified all the potential blitzers and adjusted their protection. They watch enough film that you know where they're going to go. Now, Spag's one of the best defensive coordinators in the entire league. I understand that. He's very, very versatile in what he does. He sends a just stupid amount of blitz packages that it's hard to identify where someone is coming from or which blitz you're going to do. But the more and more I watch that particular play, I'm like, there's probably more than a 50% chance that corner was coming on that blitz. And he had absolutely no one there to protect him whatsoever. And that forced him to run out, which forced, the offensive line thinking that, he's supposed to be in the pocket still. Everybody else just runs towards him. Now, instead of having one guy in your face, now you have 3 or 4 guys in your face. And look, he made a good play for what had happened, but pre-snap that could have been avoided completely, in my personal opinion. Tom Brady also says the same thing. Peyton Manning, I'm sure he didn't really say the same thing, but I'm sure he would. Drew Brees, I'm sure he would say the same thing. You have to be able to go up there and be like, I watched so much film, I know exactly what you're going to do, and I can identify at least where the potential blitzers might be coming from. And look, I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, oh, blah, 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 whatever. This NFL is so underdeveloped QB IQ wise. We have so many athletic, quarterbacks that just have like ice in their veins. They can do whatever they want no matter what you send at them. And the rules and the penalties go in the favor of the offense so much that it is almost difficult to not be good offensively. But we baby these guys, and that's why you see Patrick Mahomes has been in 3 straight Super Bowls, that he's been in 5 out of the last 7 Super Bowls. Like, that is stuff that you really gotta identify and be like, yeah, like that is crazy, dude. I'm just like, this is a topic that I discussed with a couple of people, and it always kind of gets me going, because there are quarterbacks that can do that, can be that high IQ quarterback. But the developmental issue, everybody wants you to be good right now, which leads to the more athletic quarterbacks, which leads to the big playmaking quarterbacks. Tua is not that. Tua is the IQ quarterback. He's the one that's going to be decisive, that's going to be accurate, that's going to be identifying where you're coming from and what the defense is going to do. And in order for him to be great, that's what you need to do with him. And that is the next step. So Mike McDaniel, it's on you to get play calling in there sooner so that he has more than 10 seconds to work with. So if he needs to change a play, he can change a play, because I'm sure Dolphins fans don't want to see check down city next year. As an H-Chan fantasy owner, I would love check down city, but also as a Tyreek Waddle owner, Jonnu Smith, I would like for the offense to actually have, and as a Dolphins fan, to have all their playmakers make plays. Like, did Tyreek even get 1,000 yards this past year? I don't think so. I know Waddle didn't. I know he still got like 700 yards or whatever, but still, like, you had the highest passer in the league last year with Tua, the highest yards passed. You had Tyreek that led the league in yards. You had Waddle that had 1,000 yards. Like, you could potentially have 2 1,300-yard receivers, and you don't. 1, because Tua is always hurt. 2, because your offensive line sucks. But 3, because you don't get the play call in fast enough for your quarterback to be able to identify the defense and fix the play call. And I think that's it. If you stuck around this long, thank you. Appreciate you. And deuces. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below.